I wanted to really talk about, continue on people pleasing, and I want to talk about self sabotage. I want to talk about self sabotage as it relates to people pleasing because those two things can go hand in hand and they can work together in ways that make them look like they're hiding in plain sight. So, got some notes. The thing about it is, you think about it on the surface, people pleasing can look like, and this is how it looks like. Can look like kindness, it can look like generosity, it could look like being easygoing, but underneath the surface, it's often a survival pattern. It's an old program. It's one that we have been conditioned. It's the whispers that you say, if I keep people happy, I will be safe, accepted, and loved. Yeah, that's really what you're saying. And I'm telling you this because I know it well. I have been there. Matter of fact, this is the journey that I'm coming out of. And so this is why I'm sharing here for you. If you are here and in this place, welcome. So here's how it becomes self-sabotage. So technically, the root of people pleasing is childhood conditioning. So just like I said, is we've all been conditioned. So many of us learned early on that love and approval were conditional. So if you behaved right, if you behaved right, if you got good grades in school, if you didn't act up on the field trip, if you didn't talk in class, if you had, good performance, if you went to school every day and then you got this award at the end of the year that said, I went to school every day and so I get this award. Pleasing others became a way of avoiding conflict, rejection, and abandonment. Why? Because these are the conditions that they put on us. You act up, you misbehave, you know what I'm saying? You don't get no love. And this is how we felt. I understand it. I understand it. Also, an energetic leak. So instead of living from your God self, your authentic essence, you end up pouring energy into managing other people's perceptions. Don't even have nothing to do with yours. This creates a disconnect from your own true needs and desires. So you don't even know what you want. You don't even know what you want because you are so conditioned to people pleasing and you are so disconnected from your God self, from that beautiful little person that nobody seemed to love. So how this shows up is self-sabotage. That's really what I wanted to get into. Overcoming exhaustion. Hold on, y'all. I got to get a charger. Okay. All right. Got the charges. Because we're about to go out. I didn't even know. So how it shows up as self-sabotage. Overcommitting and exhaustion. I know all about that. You say yes when your body and your spirit are screaming, no! This leads to burnout, resentment, and blocked creative flow. It keeping you from pursuing your true path. Why? Because you said yes when you should have said no, because maybe that wasn't really for you to do. You know? The other part is, did you want to do it? And these are the questions that I ask myself in these situations. I say, I probably should do it, but do I want to do it? Can I do it? Is it in the best interest for me to do? No. No. So we're going to stop overcommitting because that causes exhaustion. Because you should have said no, but you said, yeah, I'll do it. And the next one is shrinking your voice. So by avoiding honesty to keep the peace, you silence your own God given truth. You silence yourself. You silence the truth that wants to come out of you. This sabotages your relationships because people never get the real you, just the version that you think they want. So what you're doing is you're putting yourself in somebody else's box. shrinking your voice, avoiding honesty. I stopped doing that even on social media. Like I used to hold back, but I stopped. Like, no, because if they ask the question, then apparently they want to answer, and I don't really care, what they think about it because I'm just doing what I did, right? Not shrinking my voice. Delay destiny. So every time you betray your intuition to please someone else, you push your divine assignment further away. You push it further away. Self sabotage here is subtle. You don't even recognize it. It's not failure, it's misalignment. So you betraying your intuition to please somebody else. You push your divine assignment away. So you're sitting here wondering, waiting for clarity, trying to get clarity. What am I supposed to do? Spirit is not speaking to me. Blasey, 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 blasey. No, because you are sabotaging yourself because you are betraying your own intuition to please someone else. Stop it. We're going to stop doing that because what it is it throws back your destiny. You might have should have got that yesterday. You might be waiting for, you know, a job to come through. And you might have should have got that yesterday, but you over here doing something for somebody else that you shouldn't be doing. That's how that looks like. So blocking intimacy. So people pleasing create walls. If someone only ever sees your agreeable mask, they don't even know who you are. They don't know your authentic self. This sabotages the very love and belonging you crave because it's built on performance instead of soul. Just the same way as I spoke earlier on the childhood conditioning. You were conditioned that if you behaved, then you got love. You see what I'm saying? You did what people told you to do, then you got love. If you didn't, then they withheld the love. And you are doing it to yourself because you creating these walls. And so people don't even get to know who you are. You know what I mean? And so you're out here trying to, create these relationships and find love and all this stuff. But you are sabotaging that because you've created these walls so that you're doing these things and people think, oh, she's just so sweet and blah, 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 blah. When really you're like, you know what? I don't even want to fucking be here. Right? That's you. And then the last one is financial sabotage. So people pleasers often undercharge. Lord Jesus, I know all about that. Overgive, I know about that one. Or avoid setting boundaries in business. I know all about all of that. So these are things that if you're listening to this and it resonates with you, then you probably need to pay attention. You probably need to sit down and take some notes because it's not a long video because I'm about to end it in a minute. But you should probably take some notes and then sit with yourself. Okay? Because what happens is you often undercharge, as I said, you overgive because you don't have to give, you know, mm, yeah. Or you avoid setting boundaries in your business. What that looks like is, you just let people just reach out to you all kind of day or night, time of night. You know what I mean? It just, yeah, I know. There's a time and a place. Like I have a membership and I'm so grateful for it and I'm inviting you into it, but it has a portal that you get to go in and you can go in there. You can also reach out to me, email or messenger or whatever. You can reach out to me, but I'm not going to respond to you if you reach out to me at 3 o'clock in the morning because boundaries. I am sleep. I cannot help you at that hour. You see what I'm saying? Because here's what happens. You have this subconscious belief that if I'm generous enough, I'll be valued. If I give, and I think about, a lot of it came from the churches that we came out of. They would tell us that you got to give till it hurts. But no, we are not doing that anymore. Because what that does is it creates scarcity. It doesn't create abundance. It doesn't. So let's talk about the sacred shift. So to move out of sabotage, you must reclaim your sacred no and your sovereign yes. Every no to people pleasing is a yes to self respect. And guess what else? Self love. Every yes to your true desire realigns you with destiny. So you see what I'm saying? It all comes together. And this is why I wanted to do this particular video on self sabotage versus people pleasing. Because I when I started diving into it and when I started doing my own work, I realized that all of that came together. And so when you think about it, this isn't selfishness, it's self honoring. From that place, the love you give is clean, powerful, and not rooted in fear. And yeah, that makes a difference. That makes a difference. Makes a difference. You know it, you see it, you feel it. So, what I'm going to say to you is people pleasing is not love. It is fear dressed up in kindness. True love begins when you stop betraying your own soul to earn worthiness. The moment you choose authenticity over approval, you break the cycle of self sabotage and step into divine alignment. Then your presence itself becomes the greatest gift to others because it's real. Now, what I want you to say is, and I got this from I have to give credit. I got this from Miss Blue Oracle, but this is what I've been doing, saying this 10 times every day. And it has, it's blowing me away how it's shifting my frequency. But what you want to say is, what if this joy is real and I am authentically happy? 10 times. What, take a deep breath. What if this joy is real? And you want to smile as you say it. What if this joy is real and I am authentically happy? Think about that and say that 10 times. And you try to do it every day. I do it in the morning and usually before I go to bed. What if this joy is real and I am authentically happy? What if this joy is real and I am authentically happy? What about that? All right. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for joining me. And I hope that everything is magical. Make sure that you subscribe if you're not subscribed to me. I have, free and paid. So I would love it if you would subscribe. I'll be back on again soon. I am in my period right now, rest. And so this is why I haven't been live as much. But it's my period that I needed to decompress. And I needed to get these downloads that I'm bringing to you. So this is that period for me, and I appreciate all of you for being here. I thank you for the subscription. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate y'all. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. I love it, and I'm just grateful. And if you want to join my membership, remember who the fuck you are. Come and join us. I dropped the link in the comments. I also have dropped a link for my stand store where I have other resources for you. I have a manifesting your soulmate bundle, which is a workbook as well as a healing activation. I also have a mini course on intuition, which is great. I actually sat down and did it myself, y'all, because I just want to see the flow of it and how it flowed. And it's amazing. It's not really long, because I don't, I'm not going to take you long because I already know how people's attention span is. I know how mine is. But it's amazing. So you want to check that out if you are looking to bolster your intuition and grow in that area. That would be a great start. I think it's $27, so it's not very expensive. And short videos and also resources. So if that's something that you are looking for, check that out. Continue to follow me because I'm doing a masterclass on the new moon coming up, and I'll be putting the details and stuff on here as well. It's divine intuition activation. So we'll be doing some activating of our intuition. And I would love to see you there. And I really do appreciate all of you and your time and even listening. And I thank you for sharing, liking and sharing and subscribing here. And also check me out on YouTube at Intuitive Tammy and TikTok at Intuitive Tammy, but mostly YouTube at Intuitive Tammy. So I appreciate all of you and I hope your day is magical. Bye now.